How's it going? Welcome to the NoDQ.com live recap of Monday Night Raw. What's the date today? Oh, that's right. November 22nd, my birthday, 2021. Shout out to everybody watching this, whether it's live or on demand. I appreciate your viewership and support. Thank you all for your birthday comments throughout the day. I could not like or respond to every single one, but I do appreciate all the comments. Now, let's get to this episode of Raw, the post-Survivor Series edition of Raw at the Barclays Center once again in Brooklyn, New York. Much smaller crowd this time. About half the arena was tarpered off. But they were pretty rabid crowd. They definitely made some noise on this show, which is always a positive. And as Oofman Entertainment says, make sure you guys hit that like button. That like button is very important. Make sure you guys give it a like because that does help YouTube figure out which videos should be showcased more often. Colin Andrews says, happy birthday. Thank you for that, Colin. Elijah says, the Seth Rollins theme song chant was amazing. Yeah, the fans are now humming Seth Rollins' theme song, and I feel like that's going to start catching on. Maybe Rollins does go babyface soon, but yeah, they were into his theme song. Let's go ahead and get to the opening segment, which was Vince McMahon, the owner, the chairman of WWE, backstage in his same office. He was there with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. They said they had nothing yet. They interviewed everyone. Vince McMahon, not happy, not so much about the $100 million, but rather the principle of somebody stealing from him. And he said if it's not found by the end of the night, his egg, his Cleopatra egg, he said that Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce will be let go. And he does not have to say the two words. They know what they are. Sonya said they had some blurry footage. And Vince was like, well, why did you not say this? Apparently the footage did not really show who it was. It was somebody without their shirt on with tights. Could have been anybody. Vince said that there would be a reward for the person that finds out who stole the egg. I cannot believe this, that this is the storyline that they're using to hook people with Monday Night Raw. Joey Perez says, happy birthday to Aaron, the Ramones style. I know that from The Simpsons, so thank you for that. We had Randy Orton backstage with Matt Riddle, and Riddle was dressed up as the Viper. He had a mustache. He had the outfit right down to a T. And Randy Orton was not amused by this. Randy said that he wanted Riddle to be like him, not actually be him. And by the way, a little reference to The Simpsons, that Ramones line, Mr. Burns, as Oofman said, his response was, have the Rolling Stones killed. That's when the Ramones sang happy birthday to Mr. Burns, and Mr. Burns said, have the Rolling Stones killed. That was a good episode. Anyways, back to Monday Night Raw, though might be more fun talking about The Simpsons. Calvin says, did Caitlyn get you a birthday cake? She did not, but I did not ask for one. We had one for our wedding, and that lasted quite a while, so we did not need any more cake at this point. We got Thanksgiving coming up. I was like, no cake. Then again, like they say on Curb Your Enthusiasm, when they say no gifts, you're still supposed to bring gifts. When I say no cake, I guess you're supposed to bring a cake, but no. Seriously though, did not need a cake. Had no issues with it. Anyways, let's move on here. Oh, Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says, is Madcap Moss more over than the Ramones? No, absolutely not. The only person Madcap Moss is more over than is Ricochet. And even that, I think, is highly debatable. So we had Randy Orton basically yell at Matt Riddle, but Matt Riddle was like, it's too late. He's already hearing voices in his head. So he went to the ring, did the Randy Orton pose, and we had Riddle versus Dolph Ziggler in the opening match. Riddle's mustache got ripped off, and Corey Graves busted out the old Scooby-Doo line when the guy gets unmasked at the end. He would have gone away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Riddle did his trademark spin where he picks up the guy and spins around, kind of like the Cesaro swing. Ziggler got the upper hand for a while, and then Ziggler and Robert Roode mocked the Randy Orton pose. Riddle and Orton did the Randy Orton power slam, and then Riddle picked up the win with the RKO. After the match was over, Orton gave Riddle his mustache back. I guess they're cool now. And then Orton even busted out the Bro Derek on Bobby Roode to show that he is fully engaged in this tag team with Matt Riddle. So how sweet. They're fully together. I still want to see Randy Orton go heel on Randy Orton whenever they do break up. Psycho Jet Black says, is Scooby-Doo more over than Dolph Ziggler? Yes, at this point, for sure. 2013, I would say yes. Anyways, you had a really goofy segment with people backstage tearing up catering, including Rhea Ripley, so I guess she wanted a shot at Big E in the WWE title. Like, this was just so stupid. R-Truth ran in on a woman in the locker room. She was changing or something. Whatever. People keep talking about that Simpsons episode. And I do not want to see Orton go heel on Orton. I want to see Matt Riddle. See, that's the thing. When Matt Riddle dresses up like Orton, I think he's Orton. I want to see Matt Riddle go heel on Randy Orton. And yes, today is the anniversary of the JFK assassination from 58 years ago. So my birthday falls on the day that Kennedy was assassinated. Go figure. We had Becky Lynch come to the ring for her victory lap. I guess another way of saying cutting a promo about winning at Survivor Series. And she asked the fans who they want to see on top next, whether it's Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley. But then she said the people are full of crap because 10 women busted their asses at Survivor Series, and what did they do? Well, they started doing the wave. They did their chants. Becky did not say that they chanted for CM Punk, just that they did their chants. And she said that she actually agrees with the fans. Those women in that Survivor Series match did not have what it took. And she said that Liv Morgan is somebody that won one match in 4 years, and not every underdog has its day, according to Becky Lynch. Psycho Jet Black says, with the $2 super chat, says, is Madcap Moss more over than John Kennedy? No, I would say Madcap Moss was not even... I would say he's not more over than any president. I mean, I think even William Henry Harrison was more over than Madcap Moss, and he was only president for 90 days. I would say Millard Fillmore was more over than Madcap Moss. I would say Franklin Pierce or Grover Cleveland were more over than Madcap Moss. Warren G. Harding was more over than Madcap Moss. Herbert Hoover was way more over than Madcap Moss. John Quincy Adams for sure. All of them. Yeah, I would say even Trump. All of them more over than Madcap Moss. All right. We had Bianca Belair come to the ring for a promo right after Becky Lynch's promo. And she said that she came back 4-1 to be the sole survivor for her team. And she said that maybe Dewdrop should go find Mr. McMahon's egg. And then she vowed to whoop Tamina Snuka. And we had a match, and, well, I really don't think anybody thought for a second that Tamina was going to beat Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, imagine her winning Survivor Series, sole survivor, and then losing to Tamina. Yeah. Nobody else was buying this for a second. But match was okay. And Natalya attacked Bianca after she won with the KOD. Bianca fought her off, but then Dewdrop came into the ring and attacked Bianca Belair. And I guess we'll get a match between them at some point. Whoopee. We had Seth Rollins come to the ring for a promo. A lot of promos on this show. As we mentioned earlier, the crowd is now doing the humming of Rollins' theme music. And he gloated about his Survivor Series victory. He said he did it all by himself. He said the rest of his team blew it. Owens proved he was a coward. The rest of them failed to get the job done. And he is the visionary. He is the revolutionary. Seth freaking Rollins. But then Finn Balor arrived for a match. But Rollins attacked him. And Rollins threw Balor into the announce table, beat the crap out of him, used the steel steps, and then hit the curb stomp on him twice and took his leave. The officials were checking on Balor. There was no match. And as Rollins was leaving the ring, we had a fan attack Seth Rollins. Yes, a fan tackled Rollins to the ground. And oddly enough, this was the same building. I think it was the same building, right? Where the 2019 Hall of Fame took place. And you had that fan jump Bret Hart. Somehow, these two events happened at the same arena by coincidence. This was definitely a different fan. And you quickly had the security stop this guy. Seth Rollins called him a mother effer, but he said it uncensored. This was kind of crazy. Seth Rollins could have beat the shit out of this guy if he wanted to, but he chose not to. Fans, they do not learn. Absolutely messed up. Should not do. You should never put your hands on a wrestler. I don't care how angry you are at them or if you're looking for your 15 seconds of fame. You absolutely should not put your hands on a referee. Walter Cruz with a $2 super chat says, please don't be stupid. We just got back as fans. Yes, I agree with that, Walter. And that fan is lucky. It's a different era, because if he tried that in the 1980s, they would have taken him to the back and it would not have been a good time for him. But instead, WWE turned him over to the New York Police Department, and that fan will be prosecuted. And that's going to be that for him. Curtis Butler with a $5 super chat says, happy birthday. Thank you for that, Curtis. I very much appreciate it. And backstage, we had Rhea Ripley once again chasing around the looking for the egg. I was going to say the 24/7 title. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, imagine a fan attacking Brock Lesnar. I don't think any fan is dumb enough to do that. Like, you would really have to be next level stupid to attempt to attack Brock Lesnar. Seriously. But yeah, so Sami Zayn went into Vince McMahon's office and said he is pretty sure he knows who did it. And he said that person has not arrived yet. Owens was searching for the egg. He had his phone with the flashlight looking for it. We then had the Street Profits up against Omos and AJ Styles. And this was pretty much what you would expect. AJ Styles was in the ring for pretty much the whole match. And the Profits did get the upper hand. Omos tagged himself in. And Montez Ford was doing everything he could to get the upper hand. But Omos just no-sold everything, clotheslined Ford, and was on the verge of ending the match. But then we had Dawkins come into the ring with a fire extinguisher. He used it, disqualification, but the crowd popped for the fire extinguisher. AJ Styles came off with a phenomenal forearm attempt. He got the fire extinguisher as well. And the Street Profits, got the big crowd pop, so whatever. I'm fine with this, DQ, short match, crowd popped for the fire extinguisher, whatever. I mean, Gary Joe says it was pointless. At least it was entertaining. I'll give him that. And no, Walter, I don't know where they're going with Omos. Quite frankly, I don't think they do either. But this feud must continue, as Howard Finkel might say. We had Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash, the tag team champions, defending their titles against Zelina Vega and Carmella. Carmella did the usual routine with her mask, and then she took a cheap shot, and she was chased out of the ring by Rhea Ripley. However, Rhea got caught with a super kick, and Rhea was knocked into the ring post. Carmella and Zelina Vega took advantage of this. Nikki Cross was outnumbered. And then Zelina hit the code red, picked up the 1-2-3 victory. New tag team champions. I mean, does anybody really care about the women's tag team division? I mean, earlier on the show, as Paul points out, Rhea was trying to get a WWE title shot against Big E the first half hour of the show. She wasn't even focused on the tag team titles. I guess maybe this, if WWE wanted to have this make sense, Nikki Cross goes heel and goes back to her crazy character, blames Rhea Ripley, and she could say, why were you trying to get a WWE title shot against Big E instead of focusing on our title match? King Alex sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Says, haven't watched Raw in years. Came to say hi. No DQ. I appreciate that, Alex. Thank you for tuning in, even if you haven't been watching Raw. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, are Nikki and Rhea next on the chopping block? That's always a possibility, and it has to be a little scary. If you're kind of in that mid-card level and you lose a WWE championship right after a bunch of people have been fired, I'd be nervous a little bit. I can't imagine them cutting Rhea Ripley, but then again, I did not expect Keith Lee to be cut. I did not expect Bray Wyatt to be cut. Anything's possible. Nikki is in trouble. If they don't drop the superhero gimmick, she's in trouble. They gotta let her go back to being her heel crazy character. Otherwise, she's gonna be done for soon, unfortunately. I feel like the superhero gimmick might have even bought her some extra time in WWE, but it's not looking good for her. They gotta drop the superhero gimmick. Let her go crazy and be the old NXT Nikki, but we all know they're probably not gonna do that. But Rhea, I think, is a little bit safer at this point, but both of them could be on the chopping block. Who knows? Dr. NXT Scorpio with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, so the women's tag match is now the Dead and Buried. Yeah. I mean, they got a new tag team now, Zelina Vega and Carmella. Whoop-de-doo. We had Sonya Deville revealing that they found the culprit. Adam Pearce was going to bring him in. Apparently, Sami Zayn was correct. He knew who it was. And as it turns out, it was moment of suspense. Austin Theory. It was Austin. Vince McMahon found his man. It was Austin all along. And Austin explained himself. He said that he just wanted a selfie with the egg. But when security started coming around, he got nervous, so he took the egg. He went to his hotel room, but hey, he brought it back. And instead of firing Austin Theory, Vince McMahon decided to drop the charges and give Austin Theory the championship match against Big E in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Vince really did not explain himself, but I suppose one could presume that Austin Theory had the balls the size of grapefruits. He had that ruthless aggression to steal. The whole thing was just so stupid. MVP Kev, I agree, made no sense. And Sami Zayn was like, well, what about me? He wanted to know where was his title opportunity, and Vince said, nobody likes a snitch. So there you have it. That was the payoff. Whatever. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, is Waylon Mercy more over than Waylon Smithers? No. Waylon Smithers is one of the most over characters in Simpsons history. Waylon Mercy was in WWE for a cup of coffee, so no comparison. King Alex with a $2 super chat says, will Raw be better once Vince McMahon is dead? Hard to say. I don't even want to make a prediction on that. One would think yes, but then the company's just going to be taken over by his idiotic daughter and doofus son-in-law. Well, might not even be Triple H at this point. Idiotic daughter-in-law. And it might not... daughter-in-law. Idiotic daughter and doofus son-in-law. So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be any better. Hamp Connell with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Hamp. Says, Raw would have gotten an automatic A if Vince said it was you, Austin. It was you all along. Yeah, they missed the opportunity. I think WWE's social media made a reference to it. But, yeah, Vince did not say it. They definitely missed an opportunity. It was you, Austin. It was you all along. They should have gone with it, but they didn't. Moving on here, we'll get to the Austin Theory match in a few minutes. Gary Joe says, this is beyond pathetic. I truly don't understand what direction WWE is heading, but I will say this now. It's becoming the hugest flop in the current stage of the game. Thank you for alternatives. The thing is, Gary, WWE will probably have 75, 80,000 people for each night of WrestleMania. They're going to continue to be profitable. And to them, that's the bottom line. They're making money, and they still got fans that will show up to their events. And as long as they're making money, then you really can't call it a flop because they're profitable. Creatively, though, I think we can say a lot of the stuff they do is a flop. But making mart, I just coined a new term. I was going to say making art and making money are often two different things. Every once in a while, somebody can make mart. They can make money and art at the same time. But sometimes you got to go one way or the other. And sometimes people are just in it for the money. We had Reggie versus Cedric Alexander in a 24/7 title match. Short match here. Cedric got the win. And then afterwards, the 24/7 goons ran down. Dana Brooke showed up. She had a neck breaker off the top rope to Cedric the Entertainer and pinned him to become the new 24/7 champion. The men had no idea what to do. They didn't want to attack a woman, so they just stood there, and she took her leave. She's the new 24/7 champion. And after the match was over, she cut a promo. She said she's going to show the world who she is now that she's the new 24/7 champion. By the way, she's now a first-time champion in WWE. This was her first title victory. Good for her, I guess. I mean, yeah, 24/7 champion. Woo. We had Dominic Mysterio backstage with his father, Rey Mysterio, and they had a little promo talking things out. They had a handicap match against Bobby Lashley, and MVP got on the mic before the match. He talked some trash. He said he respects Rey Mysterio. However, as a father, Rey has a lot of work to do, and wondered if Rey even taught Dominic that monsters are real, and said while he respects Rey, if Dominic's mom is ever fed up with Rey's parenting, then she should give MVP a call. We had our match. Rey and Dominic did pretty well. They helped each other out at key moments, but then Lashley got the upper hand for a while. Eventually, Rey Mysterio got a hot tag. Mysterios hit a double 619. They hit 2 back-to-back frog splashes, but Lashley still kicked out. And then Lashley hit the spear to Rey Mysterio and then finished off Dominic with the Hurt Lock. And to answer Uthman, where is Elias? They gave up on Elias, and he's one of those guys I'm surprised he hasn't been cut, quite frankly. Like, they clearly have no direction for the guy. King Alex with a $2 super chat says, Aaron, you look so exhausted covering this. I feel bad. Well, I'm 39 now. I'm a year older, and, you know, I'm getting up there. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, as they say. And also, it's almost midnight. That doesn't help. Keep in mind, I used to be on the West Coast doing these recaps, so it was a lot easier back then. We had Big E cutting a promo talking about how, yes, he did let the people down, but he's going to get back in the zone. He's going to retain his title against Austin Theory. And he said he's going to be feeling pretty good. And he actually said it like Larry David. So I almost want to give Raw a letter grade up for Big E using a Larry David line on Monday Night Raw. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, is Madcap Moss more over than Millhouse? Let me save you some time, Psycho Jet Black. We should talk about the characters that are less over than Madcap Moss on The Simpsons, and there's very few. But I'm going to say, this might be controversial, I'm not even sure if I should say it, but the new Dr. Hibbert, the fact that they changed his voice. I think that might be a controversial thing to say, but I mean, not a fan of the new Dr. Hibbert. I'll just say that. And what happened to Apu? They got rid of Apu also. Like they keep making all these changes because of people calling them out for being offensive. But man, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to say anything else. Mr. Tito with the $2 super chat says, Aaron is exhausted from dealing with me and Virtue. Yeah, you guys are trolling me quite a bit on Twitter with your back and forth comments. So thanks for that, Mr. Tito. My notifications every morning when I get up, it's just them bickering back and forth all day. Apparently these guys have real jobs, yet they're on Twitter 24/7 taking shots at each other. We had Becky Lynch confronting Liv Morgan backstage and talking about how Liv underperformed at Survivor Series and brought up Money in the Bank, how Liv failed to cash in, and said that Liv has even embarrassed friends that are not in WWE anymore. Of course, a reference to the Riot Squad. And Liv was getting upset, and Becky asked if Liv was going to cry. Liv punched her right in the face, and that was that. So Becky Lynch being the big-time bully. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to really help the heel turn or not, but they're trying. They're really trying. Nightmare says, where is Asuka? She is injured. And Matt Helms says, where is The Miz? I believe The Miz was on Dancing with the Stars, but I'm not entirely sure. This was the finale, I think. At least I believe that's what Caitlin told me. She was watching it. So Miz might have been at the Dancing with the Stars finale. He should be back, once Dancing with the Stars is over. I know he got eliminated, but I guess they wanted him around for the finale. Somebody let me know. If anybody watched Dancing with the Stars, let me know if Miz was on the show or not. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, is Morgan Freeman more over than Liv Morgan? Yes. Morgan Freeman is probably more over than 90% of the WWE roster. CC Drink says that Miz was on Dancing with the Stars this week. I know Melanie C. I hope I got that right, Caitlin. I know there's Mel B and Mel C, and I forget who's who. But she got eliminated, and she was back on the show. I'm only going by what Caitlin tells me. Yeah, Anthony says they bring on everybody that was on Dancing with the Stars. They all come back for the final episode. So that's why Miz was not on Raw. Calvin Bowman says, do you remember Molly Holly winning the hardcore title? I do not. We had Damien Priest come to the ring for an open challenge. Apollo accepted, but then actually did not accept. He cut a promo talking about how Priest had a split personality. Crowd was doing the what chants. And Priest was just fed up. He wanted to fight. He said, either do a podcast or shut your damn mouth. And Cruz turned down an opportunity. And I'm thinking to myself, what an idiot. Like, I know he's a heel and all, but dude, you barely get TV time and you're turning down a title match. Really? I mean, they made Apollo's character look like a complete moron. Like, if you're Roman Reigns, you can turn down a match. But if you're Apollo Crews and you're getting an opportunity for TV time, you're not turning down a match because you may never get another title match on TV again. So anyways, we had the challenge accepted by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn knows. Sami Zayn is a smart guy. He is a smart heel. Any opportunity he can get on TV, he's going to take advantage of it. Sami cut a promo saying that the conspiracy goes all the way to the top with Vince McMahon, and he is going to happily accept the match. We had the match, and it was pretty standard stuff. Sami Zayn hit the Blue Thunder Bomb, won the title. No, I'm kidding. Of course not. He never wins with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Crowd was chanting, Sami sucks. Sami then grabbed the title, started taunting Priest. Priest snapped. Maybe Sami's not such a smart heel after all for taunting Damien Priest and causing him to snap. Priest beat the crap out of Zayn and then picked up the win with the Reckoning. Hamp Kano with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Hamp. Says, who is more over? Dylan McDermott, Dermot Mulroney, or Darby McDillon? I don't even know who these people are, Hamp. So you got to help me out here. I have no idea who any of those guys are. The first one sounds kind of familiar, but yeah. The other two, I have no idea who they are. I can't even pronounce their names, let alone take a guess as to who they are. Backstage, Austin Theory cut a little promo saying he's the future, and Big E will know it when he takes a selfie as the new WWE champion. We had our main event match. Austin Theory challenging Big E for the title. Seth Rollins arrived. Oh, Hamp says it's a Saturday Night Live sketch. I was never a fan of Saturday Night Live. Other than Mr. Bill, didn't really care for Saturday Night Live. So there you go. Oh, I do like the cowbell thing. That's like the only thing I know from Saturday Night Live, to be totally real with you guys. Anyways, back to the match. Austin Theory slapped Big E. He was trying to play the mind games with Big E. And then the fans started humming Seth Rollins' music again. Kevin Owens showed up. You had Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins at ringside. Austin Theory avoided the big ending. And then Rollins grabbed Big E's leg when the referee wasn't looking. But then Owens grabbed Rollins. Rollins and Owens started arguing. Austin Theory, stupid heel, he got distracted. And I guess his excuse is that he's young and stupid. And Big E took advantage, hit the big ending, and retained the WWE Championship. Apparently that one character was from American Horror Story, which I've yet to watch. I've never seen an episode. I mean, I've been wanting to. I just haven't gone around to it. Psycho Jet Black with the $2 super chat says, "Is Madcap Moss more over than Mo Camera?" Yes, we have found somebody that is more over than Mo Camera, and that's Madcap Moss. Gary Joe with the $2 super chat says, "Safe to say the No DQ universe is more over than Raw." Yes, that too. I agree with that, Gary Joe. DJW sent a very generous $40 super chat. Thank you so much for that, DJW. I really do appreciate it. He says, $39 on your 39th birthday. I've been following since No DQ&A video number 398. Thanks for all your hard work over the years. Thanks for taking all my Skype requests after the shows. And there's all that's left there to do now is be on a panel one day. You the GOAT. You know what, DJ? We're going to be doing a panel about The Rock this coming Sunday. If you would like to be on, hit me up, nodqmisc@gmail.com. And that offer goes to DJW only. Since he sent in the $40 super chat, we'll get him on if he wants to be on. Anyways, after the match was over, we had Austin Theory take his leave, and a big fight broke out between Rollins, Owens, and Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. It's late, guys. My apologies. The three guys started fighting, and Owens managed to escape. Big E hit the big ending to Seth Rollins and had a face-off with the two guys who were recovering on the outside of the ring as Raw went off the air. Hamp Connell sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you, Hamp. Says, "I want to wish you and everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Trivia. Who was the first president to pardon a turkey? What did he name it?" That's a trivia question for you guys. I have no idea who pardoned a turkey. King Alex with a $2 super chat says, "Was the 2012 promo on your wrist Cena line a work?" Man, I barely remember that one. I feel like it was a work because John Cena needed something to say, hey, I just owned The Rock. You know, because The Rock was just so fire with all of his promos. I felt like it was a work, but I'm not even sure if it was a work or not. I don't remember the details about it, but my feeling at the time was that it was something for John Cena to get one over on The Rock. Like I don't believe that The Rock would be writing his promo lines on his wrist, but maybe he was. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, is Donkey Kong more over than Waluigi? Yes, at least for me. When it comes to the Mario games, I'm always going with Donkey Kong over Waluigi. With all due respect to Waluigi, he's great and all, but Donkey Kong was always my go-to. Donkey Kong and regular Luigi, not his evil alter ego Waluigi. All right, so letter grade for the show. I thought Raw was okay. Not a particularly great show. The egg storyline was ridiculous, but it was fairly entertaining. We did get the title change with the women's tag team titles. I'm going to be generous and give it a B-. It was far from the worst Raw. Not great, but I think it was mostly watchable. Habkana with a $5 super chat says Abraham Lincoln was the answer. His son befriended one of the turkeys to be killed and eat and begged his dad not to hurt his new friend Jack. I have no idea if that's true or not, but that comes from Habkana. King Alex with a $2 super chat says, is The Rock the best mic worker in WWE history? I would agree. He would be my number one. Ric Flair would probably be number two. Roddy Piper might be up there in the top 5. But yeah, Rock, number 1. Ric Flair, number 2. As far as letter grades go, I'm seeing a lot of C's. C-, Gary Joe Mohammed, Dr. NXT Scorpio, Jason Mason, Todrick all gave it a C-. Jeremy Dorset with a C+. Daniel gives it an F. Caleb Jacobs, he just really doesn't like WWE. He gives it an F+. Well, at least you gave it a plus. Let's see the poll. We did the thumbs up poll this week. 33% thumbs up, 22% thumbs down, 21% thumbs in the middle, and 24% did not watch. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, is Madcap Moss more over than Toad from Mario? No. There is no Nintendo character that Madcap Moss is more over than. Maybe, man, I'm forgetting his name. That guy with the bag that steals things that they put on Mario Kart Tour. Like, that character I don't care about. So I'll say Madcap Moss is more over than him. Nambit, I think, is his name. Yeah, I think that's his name. I'll say that Madcap Moss is more over than him. That was Raw, everybody. Thank you guys again for the birthday comments. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, please give it a like and spread the word. Tell a friend. And I agree with Virtue. Mario is the number 1 video game character of all time. He is truly an icon. And Uthman Entertainment says, make sure you all hit that like button. Thank you for that, Uthman. Thank you for moderating. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Take care. Enjoy your week. And I will see you all next time.